Hey there guys, Skippy here from Skippy6 Gaming, coming to you with something super exciting. It is a Guardian farm. So many people have busted my chops. Look at that weird light glitch right there, eh? That's weird. I do have a night vision potion on, I think. No, I don't. Weird light glitch for the win. So today we are doing a Guardian farm. So get ready. This is not an easy build. It is a pretty difficult build on survival, I have to say. That said, I have researched in every aspect, in efficiency, in how good it is, what you use it for. So I'm just calling it a Guardian grinder because honestly the best use for it is this right here. You're gonna see is just kills them and leaves their drops. There's a few things that I know a lot of people have watched Guardian farm builds on PC, because I'll tell you right now, if you watch them, I don't think almost any of them are done on a console edition. So I kind of did a little myth busting. See, you're gonna lose a few in there. That guy still floats a little bit, but I did a little myth busting. There is no way to kill him with TNT on console. I have tried, it doesn't work. Just because it's like that on PC or you've seen a PC tutorial, that's not how it works. You cannot kill them with TNT. The only way that you could kill them, other than, long story short, is if you're on survival mode and you hit Guardians, you're going to take damage because they have a Thorns enchantment on them. So let's go ahead and just turn it over to survival so I can show you guys. So if you're standing here and you hit them, you're gonna take damage. So if you don't mind, this is actually a pretty good way to get XP. They're worth 10 XP, which is equivalent to blazes. So definitely gonna give you as much SP as possible. But if you have food and stuff and you don't mind your armor getting a little damaged, this is one way to do it. Of course, I've added an added feature on here if you really wanted to. Again, AFKing is the best thing for the drops. I've added a nice other feature on here, would be this button. And it's just going to shoot splash potions of harming if you don't want to go through the whole kind of effort of doing it. And again, that'll be up to you guys. We'll talk about that when it comes. The other thing that I'm going to tell you on console edition here is don't worry about these guys getting jammed up. That's fine. They're dying real quick. As long as there's constantly ones coming in and dying, let them jam up as much as you want. It's not that big of a deal. I've looked at it. They're pretty good at swimming against the water, but they do keep falling at a steady pace. That said, you have this on AFK mode, which is this lava shooting out. If you wanted to turn it off, then they would come down and be one shot away from getting killed. Easy peasy to do. Again, watch out for the thorns and you'll be good. So grab the XP. And the other thing I'm going to say is, no matter what you've seen on PC edition, you do not, I don't know, man, I'm myth busting it right now. You don't get it. This has been running for an hour. I turned it off, turned it on. I've tested every theory and I haven't gotten any rare drops whatsoever. Perhaps the rare drops come from the Elder Guardians, but that said, this has not even given me one in almost an hour. But you can see it pumps. Fish galore, so much. You'll never have to worry about food again. It's really good. I'm going to leave them there. So what happens is when you start messing around too much, you're going to get them off of kilter there. But there you go. We're going to get rid of a few more. So that said, let's go back into creative because you guys aren't going to like the things you need list for this one. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. I'm going to tell you at the end of the list the different things you can interchange out and things that you can't do without. So that said, for this build, you're going to need 404 signs, 140 stacks of sand, 35 stacks of glass, 501 blocks of choice, 412 half slabs. How's this one? All the sponges you got, not a number, whatever amount of sponges you got, the better off for you guys. You're going to need them. 5 hoppers, 2 trap chests, 3 regular chests, 3 buckets of water, about 2 stacks of ladders, 3 dispensers, 2 repeaters, 1 button, 1 lever, and then about 10 redstone dusts. So that said, what you can switch out. So ultimately, guys, when you're looking over here, you don't need any glass. You could just take glass right off your list and make it solid blocks. This being glass means absolutely nothing. You could go ahead and say put half of this as solid blocks, half of it glass, but you could skip the glass right out of there. The signs, I thought they were the cheapest option as far as I'm concerned. You could skip on the signs and use fence gates instead, but I would imagine that you'll be more resource friendly just making signs and not fence gates. Signs as well are easier to place. You don't have to place a layer of blocks underneath them, and you can put them right through. So that said, that's pretty good. I hope I told you guys that you're also going to need 2 buckets of lava, or actually, let me rephrase that, 6 buckets of lava in there. And the sand. So basically what you're going to need is, I have you down here for 140 stacks of sand. So that said, you're pretty much going to need more than 140. You're going to need a little less, but you actually need like 130 of them just to make this box. So you're not going to get around the 130 sand. You can, however, replace it with gravel. You could replace it with anything that has gravity to it. Sand is the easiest one for you to get, I guarantee you. That said, the slabs, the half slabs, you only need about 10 down there for the build. Up here is going to hold about 400 of them, and that's to make this spawn proof. You could easily do that just by simply placing torches. So you could give up those 400 half slabs for 50 torches, something like that. And yeah, so on that note, guys, let's start this off. I'm going to try to give you as much instruction as I can to help you get this hole clear, which is, I assure you, the most difficult part. Don't forget, guys, smash that like, because this one took some love, and use it, man. Guys, this is unlimited fish and all kinds of stuff, so let's jump into the build. That said, we have an ocean monument. An ocean monument is key, or else you're not going to make this farm. So really, kind of getting this stuff out of the way for the ocean monument can be very deadly game, depending on your skill level. So that said, once you find the ocean monument, there's going to be a few tips that you're going to get right away. I know it's really hard to say, but you're going to want to drain the inside of the ocean monument first before you do the draining of the outside. So that said, there's a few things that are going to help you along the task of draining the ocean monument. So step 1, you're going to go in the hole in the top. This hole in the top is going to hold your first major problem, which is Elder Guardians. You could tell the Elder Guardians, guys, by their fat tails sticking out the side. It's going to be one up there, one over there, one over here. These are your first targets, guys. You got to kill these guys first. Then you're going to go through one by one, and you're going to drain the inside. So that said, I'm going to give you a few tips. So now, if you are playing with an ocean monument and you want to do these things, a night vision potion is super handy. In addition to that, a potion of invisibility and a potion of water breathing. Some golden apples will never hurt you. They'll always help. And some sponges. So these things are going to be key. In addition, guys, don't think that you can't armor up a little bit. So I think I'd put Depth Strider on this helmet when you're technically not actually able to do that in survival mode, but Respiration, Aqua Affinity, you can definitely put on a helmet, and you're going to want them there. Number 2, you notice I only have 1 piece of armor on. There is a specific reason for that, because if you go through here and drink your potion of invisibility, and you drink your potion of water breathing, and your night vision potion, no matter what you do, when you go in here, you're going to notice something. Let me go in here and show you exactly how this works. So when we go in survival mode, if I only have 1 piece of armor on, the thing you're going to notice with my invisibility potion is that these guardians can't track me. See how he doesn't hit me? It's because he can't see me right now. The thing you're going to know, though, is if you were to put 2 pieces of armor on, see, it looks like he's tracking me, but if he was really tracking me, he'd be shooting me with the beam right now, but he's not. So he is kind of, but not really. He's not really paying attention. So now you're going to notice one thing right here. The minute I put on these boots, all of a sudden, I'm trackable by everything. This guy here can track me. See, he's good. Get behind the wall. But if I take these boots off, he can't track me. So long story short, guys, you only want to wear 1 piece of armor when you go in, preferably a helmet. That said, once you go in and kill all these dudes, your goal is going to be to clear the water from this room. You're going to do it in whatever manner you're comfortable doing, but step 1 is going to be clear the water from this room. Once you've done that, you're going to actually want to do your next step is clear the water from the room under it. You're going to go to this guy, do the same thing. clear every single room, target the Elder Guardians first, and you're going to be okay. If you have your invisibility on, it should be pretty easy, but remember guys, one piece of armor, that's the key to success. If you have more, just put on that helmet with the respiration and all the stuff you need, get on out of here, and you're good. Clear the inside of the ocean monument. Again, 99% of this tutorial is pretty much the hard part, which is doing that. Once you've done that and the ocean monument is complete, you're now off to it's all empty. There's another fat elder right there. What you're gonna do is go down here, you're gonna count 3 blocks away, and on the 4th you're gonna build up sand. You're gonna build that sand. Again, this is gonna be a lot of sand, guys, and then what you're gonna do is just go around the whole thing and do this. And basically you're gonna go, I would say you need like a double chest of sand, maybe more. Call your homies, because this is gonna be the hard part. And then you're gonna go in a big square that leads you all the way to the other side. Again, for the other side here, once you're up here, again, this is pretty safe when you're doing this. You're not really in too much jeopardy. So then what you do here is make sure that this corner is also gonna be the 4th block away. On the 4th, go up. Again, it's very convenient for me to do this in creative right now, because that makes it a lot easier, but you guys get the gist of it. You know how it works. You got it. We're going to bring this guy up. So then once we're done this, we're going to join these guys. I'm going to bring it 2 above the water, and then what we're going to do is all 4 corners, and we're going to join them and make a wall around it. Once you guys have done that, I'll cut back scene, and what we're going to do is I'll show you how to drain it the proper way, and then, yeah, we'll be right back. Okay guys, so now that we got that done, we drained out the inside of this monument here. We did a little bit of damage. Someone was playing with TNT down there, but hey, we got it done. So now what we want to do is drain this bad boy. So to drain this bad boy, there is a few little tactics. Make sure ultimately you want to hollow out the inside there, because if you were to drain the water on the outside before you did the inside, then you would be in quite the scenario, because all the guardians would spawn in there and you'd have a real hard time breaking it down. So to get rid of the water, guys, we have a pretty simple, easy tactic going on here. All we got to do is get your sand. So I know at this point in time, guys, you're probably, especially on survival, running low on sand and sponges and things of that nature. So I'm going to show you how to do this with as little as possible, and how you can do it in survival to make this trend go. So basically, you're going to need your sponges. I mean, ultimately, you don't even need that many. I think you could probably get away with only 20 or so sponges on this one. So we're going to start off on the end here. Basically, what you want to do is you want to put your sponges on the east and the west wall. See? East and west. So you'll start by, and if you're on survival mode, I'll show you exactly how you do this. So you do this, you do this, you go down. You're going to put your sponge on the... You could actually just float in the water if you really wanted to for this. Let's do it. So you're going to put a sponge right there. Then I'm just going to fly, because this is a tutorial. So you're going to put a sponge right there. Once it goes down, you could go down a fair amount of blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how low it's going? This one was messed up, so it's going a little different. So we're just going to drain it. I'm going to show you on the one next to it. We'll just drain this one, and... yeah, somebody moved a source block on this one here, so it kind of messed it up. So let's pretend this one is done the right way. Once you see how I show you how to do it the right way, we're just going to empty this out. Get rid of everything in the old-fashioned manner. Again, this is not very savvy for saving your sponges, but hey, you know what can you do? Okay, go. So the water's gone. So what you would do is, say you did that one the right way, you would move over to the next one here, which has all source blocks, because that one wasn't messed around with. So what you would do is put one sponge right there, one sponge right there. And as you can see, it goes down. Then you're going to go down 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th block right there. On the 4th block, 1, 2, 3. No, I think you should go down 3. That'll be the secret. So on the 3rd block, so let's go down here, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Right on the top one here, and there you go. And then what you would do is just go up and down each side. As you can see, I think I have a night vision potion on. Okay, there we go. And then it would be pretty easy to actually reclaim these, because what you would end up doing is do this and go down. Either way, you got to be smart with your placement of your sponges, because you don't want to go through too many. I thought I had a smart plan, but I think too many people messed with the water in this world. So as you can see, it's not too many, man. We're going 20. If you had 20 sponges, you'd probably be good. Again, I would stick to the east and west wall, and that will allow you to have the least amount of water removed. So let's just spam this guy, and I can show you exactly what happened here, because I didn't really show you the whole angle that we built. So basically what you're going to do, guys, is grab your sand. I actually left it open for us to do this. So grab your sand. Oh, we got zombies coming on the top of the wall, and you're going to make grids that are 5 by 5. So as you can see right here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what you're going to want to do is put this line right here. We've already started this process, and that's how you're going to do it, because I'm assuming that you don't have like 10,000 sand in your world. And then what you do is, once you make this wall, it's easy, because now you can set up your furnaces here and dry out these sponges and take down these walls of sand in between. And once you do that, you're going to be good to go, because then you could take all these sands, throw all these wet sponges in furnaces, and then just keep moving down the line. And it's pretty easy, like this one here. Just throw the sand at the top and make yourself a 5 and move over this one to this one. As you go, get rid of these guys. You'll have all the sand, and throw these sponges in a furnace so it will dry them out and make them usable again. The last thing that you're going to do is make sure that, look, I knew I shouldn't have got rid of that map. Holy cow. So silly. I'm like, I don't need this anymore. Go over here. And the last thing you should do is make sure that your bottom is at Y30. Y30 is the key to success for this one. We're at 32, so we're going to go out 2 blocks and just make sure the whole bottom of this area is down at Y30. And then you have 2 choices at this point in time. Is you can either cover the 30 layer with water, you could cover it with half slabs, you could cover it with glass, but you could cover it with anything that will make it non-spawnable, or else you're going to have a whole bunch of zombies, slimes, everything's going to be busting your chops, and you don't want that. So for my build, I think since I'm the half slab king, I think I might just go ahead and throw half slabs on it. As you can see, make sure that the bottom half slab so mobs can't spawn. And there you go. So now you're going to start your process and keep going. Again, I'm glad we could time lapse this video a little bit. So I'm going to get some homies in the room, and we're going to do this and get rid of everything. Destroy the whole temple, everything like that. Be super careful on survival, guys, because there is a bunch of guardians, and you want to be careful. So there you go, guys. I'll catch you when that's all done. Okay, guys. So now that you've got that done, that is actually the hardest part, I have to say. So we got it done here. I'm going to give some shout outs to the people that helped me out do it, because it took us a fair amount of time. We got DeBear, Lionheart, the Jonesy Gamer, that word right there, Excalors, the Mighty Destroyer, JM King. All these guys helped out. Thanks a lot for the help, guys. So now that this is done, guys, don't think that I'm just half-heartedly jumping in. I've tested every possible bottom to this thing and what's going to be the most useful. So I don't know what videos you might have seen on YouTube that show you killing them with TNT. I assure you, I have tried every method. You are not going to be killing them with TNT on console edition. I do want to make this more of a grinder, so that said, there has to be a way to get some XP from them. So with this, I've added this small little splash portion of harming. It's going to fire off, and it's going to be the killing blow. A splash potion of harming is actually not that difficult to make. First, it's just netherwort, spider eye, fermented spider eye, and then gunpowder. So that said, you could use one of my 4-item potion auto brewers if you really wanted to and hook it up to here. I will leave a link in the description and in the card in the top right hand corner. But as said, this is exactly the best outcome for it. So let's jump in. Like I said, on console, we can't really do the same things as on some snapshots of PC. So this is going to be the best possible outcome. So I've kind of marked off the center of my build right here. And we're going to start with a little bit of love. So let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Chest and a trap chest, because they can't go next to each other if they weren't the opposite. And crouch place a hopper into there, into there, into there. Looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and put a half slab on top of all these dudes right here. And then we're looking good. So now we just got to bring up our glass. So we're going to want our glass to say go right there. Looks good to me. Now we're going to wrap it around and make a nice 4-drop for these dudes. And we'll worry about making it look prettier after. So once this 4-drop is starting to get built up, let's actually just go around and do it. I'm actually going to delete the corners anyway, so we could just do this. And make it up a little bit high enough that we could just do all this stuff. Like I said, guys, this is pretty much as in-depth the redstone gets. It's pretty simple and straightforward, and this is, again, enjoy it because I know you just had a hard time clearing this whole space out. So let's do this. Okay, we got it up pretty high. Let's get rid of these corners. So the things you're going to have to look at here is we're just going to want to insert the potion, this potion dispenser. So if you want to grab a little bit of XP, that's something that we're going to want to do. So we could actually do that right here on this second one up. Let's just go in and I'll do it from this side. Grab our dispenser, place it on there, crouch place a button on it. Button, yay for button, that's good. And I'm going to put a hopper and a chest into there because that's probably pretty good to do. You're going to want that. I'm just going to do this because I got a crouch place. Well, we don't need that. So let's just use a regular chest on there. Perfect. This is going to give you the ability to XP smash them. Yeah, so that's done. We got this, this, and this. So now the big thing that we're going to look at here, guys, is lava and how it affects killing them and hurting them and all of that jazz. So first things first, what we're going to want to do is go in right on top of these, and we're going to put some signs. This is going to hold our lava back and do it. So as per the testing, like I said, I tested so thoroughly. We're going to want 2 layers of lava, and this is going to injure them as severely as you can do without actually killing them. So what you do is, I'm just going to put source blocks because I'm not in survival, but it's actually pretty straightforward. 2 high, 1 2 1 2. Looks good to me. The only difference now is we want to be able to have them AFK and just die and leave their drops. So what we're going to do for this one here is simply just put a dispenser right here, swing around to the outside here. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually make this all out of half slabs. Then we're going to just want to bring our lever down over here. So it's actually pretty straightforward stuff. I'm going to bring this guy here. All the way around, and it's going to come over to a block right here. And let's grab a lever while we're at it. Solid block, lever. Grab some dust and connect up. So this one here, you're going to want to just bring it one more back. Dust, dust, dust. And then a couple dispensers to make you feel good about your day. Go ahead and throw a bucket of lava in each one of these. Perfect. So now we have it that all you have to do, so right now they're going to drop and be almost dead and hang out there. But if you wanted them to just die and leave you the goods, you turn this guy on, and you can actually turn it off at the same time. That's fine. And then if you want to go back into XP mode, and there you go. Very simple, very easy. That is actually the hardest part about this whole thing. Actually, no, digging the hole is. So now what we're going to do is just bring this guy up. We have all the bottom ready to go. We're going to get AFK stuff. We're going to get all kinds of stuff. So now bring your tube up. The other thing I'm going to say is, as per my testing, is the one thing I could tell you is you don't need a really huge actual square. All of the guardians are going to spawn in here, and you're going to reach your cap very quickly. So what I would do is, if I were you, is I'm going to go ahead and right 2 blocks after here, we're going to go 8 blocks back on each side. This part might take a bit because I'm going to actually build it for you guys. 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So now we're just going to bring this guy up 1 and do the same thing. I think we're only going to do 2 levels because honestly I don't really see it as that big of a deal. I think even if you wanted to do guys just 1 and go up, you would probably meet the standards necessary to do this. You know what? We're going to actually mix and match this. Let's do this on the other side as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then up 1. Looks good. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is do this one because that's a lot of area for Guardians to spawn in. So we're going to do with just 1 area here. So once we go over here, we got it. This water is going to flow here. That's good. But this is going to be the first layer down. So let's go ahead and cover the sides. All the way down. And last but not least, this side all the way down. We don't need these corners. I hate extra corners. They're so silly. And let's go over here. Okay, so grab your buckets of water now. You know, put 1 right there, 1 right there. Should go right to the hole. Looks good to me. 1 there, 1 there. Right to the hole. Looks good to me. So now that that's done, basically, all we got to do is actually create the same type of environment on the sides, leading all of them to here. I have messed with single layer ones, but honestly, the 4 just helps you gets them down there quicker. So what we're going to do now is bring it up on each side, like that. And then we're going to bring it out 8 more on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make sure it's exactly 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's too many, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's just put it up right there. So for this one here, we're just going to make it this kind of square shape. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And we're going to bring it back over here. So once we've done this, let's go. You know, I'm just going to do it with you guys. Get this guy done. Put this guy here. Put this one here. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I'm like, you know what, I might time lapse it. I'm not sure. We'll see. So now that that's done, guys, let's just go over here and we're just gonna go ahead and simply place a water source block on all the ends. Looks good to me. See how it does that? That's like a new thing. But as you can see, it doesn't stop moving anywhere. Everything flows to the middle here. So let's go ahead and do it here. And it looks good. Every single block. There's no stop blocks. That's how you know you did something wrong. If you see a block with still water, you're going to be kind of in a little bit of trouble. So now what we're going to do is, I'm gonna definitely time lapse this one. We're going to go ahead and make the walls of this all the way up to sea level. So whatever the sea level is, we're gonna want it to match. So let's just go down. Let's just get rid of these guys so we see exactly where sea level is. So that's exactly sea level. So I think what we'll do is just actually do this. I was close. Get rid of these guys, and there you go. Now we know what sea level is. It's pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is just leave this with you guys. Go ahead and make a huge glass wall around this whole thing. Again, it doesn't have to be glass. You can make it out of bricks if you really wanted, but for now we're just going to do glass. I'm going to get it done and I'll be right back. So now that you got that out of the way, this part's actually, again, not the most difficult. It's pretty easy, but yeah. So let's go down here. So basically what we're going to want to do is have water drop these dudes down in. So the problem here is we're going to want to have something that stops the water, and we're going to want to put signs. So we put our sign. That's cool. It's going to keep a layer between this and the water there. So that's good. I would recommend actually on this one here, we're going to put our sign on the second block above. It's going to allow them to actually not get caught between the two. That's going to slow them down a little bit. And then the other problem you're going to have here is you can't put a sign into a sign without crouching now. So if you crouch and do this, it's going to take a long time. So actually, it's not that bad. Do this. If you're having a problem with it, guys, actually what you could really do is just go ahead and take the water out of here and then put it back after you're done. If you just do this, that's, I think, on survival the best way to do it, because I'm on creative and it is kind of difficult. So on survival, you most likely going to want to do that, but go ahead and do this to the entire layer that matches this with one in right here, and just keep going. And do that to the whole entire layer right across. Again, take the water out if you need to. Don't forget to put it back when you're done. And then step 2 of this whole one right here, grab yourself some dirt or, you know, whatever block you want, and go to the second top one here and solid fill in the layer. That's the next step. So once we do this, I'm going to go ahead and time lapse it, come back. When I come back, all of this is going to be done, and all the signs are going to be done as well. And I'm going to put the water back. So I'll be right back. Okay, so signs done. Water's still there. We got a nice solid membrane. Haha, membrane. And we got our dirt blocks up here. So the reason we're putting these dirt blocks up here is because we want to create one large source block. Basically, we want to have the whole top layer be a solid source block of water, and none of the ones below it, because the water running downwards will help the guardians exit the farm faster. So if you didn't know how to make one huge source block in an area, is just run your full waters just right down the middle on a diagonal, and you'll have a whole entire source block. Once we've done this, let's go ahead and I'll go around and bust out all these blocks, and we should have the guardians spawning soon. We're going to work on a few little pieces of key stuff to help the spawning come faster for you, but now just go around and get rid of all these blocks. Once I'm done, I'll link you guys back. Okay, so now that we got that done, you can see that the guardians are coming. It's beautiful. I have it on kill mode. They're just going to keep dying. I literally just made this now, guys. Like, look at all the drops, fish, and prismarine shards, prismarine crystals. We haven't gotten any rare puffer fish or anything like that yet. But as you can see, they're dying. They're going through. So the few things that are going to pop up to you, you're going to be like, hey, Skippy, it looks like there's a traffic jam in there. You know what? Honestly, guys, the main purpose of this is AFK, so don't worry about it. They're all falling through. They're all dying. When one dies, another one comes, and they go. So the other thing you might have noticed is that I put this lid on the farm. So I was doing a little testing as we go, so let's go ahead and show you. Let's go put it into peaceful now. Let's leave this, and now let's go back into hard, and you're going to see a very distinct difference, as in the covered area versus the non-covered area. So as you can see, they're already instantly spawning all in the covered area. That is because guardians have a higher percentage of spawning in a covered area, because it interprets this roof here as the ocean monument, because it has a better chance of spawning inside the ocean monument. And as you can see right there, almost all of the ones that just spawned underneath the roof. So that said, right above this ocean spawn block right here, we're gonna go ahead and throw some stone. And then I know you guys know me, if you're really good at building, you're gonna want to go ahead and throw half slabs on it too. That way no mobs will spawn on the top of this thing, and you've just created an ocean monument basically to the guardians. And as you can see, they are distinctively only spawning right under there. Again, I'm too close right now, but as you can see, as I move back, they are almost all spawning under the roof. So go ahead and put this guy here, and there you go. So the only other thing that we're going to do right here is you have to be a specific distance to get the best rates. I'm not going to even keep doing this. Basically, keep doing this. Cover it up. So you're going to want to make like an AFK spot where you're going to stand if and when you're trying to gather loot and doing all this stuff. Look, they're going, man. I'm telling you, it keeps pumping. I'm looking for a rare fish, though. We haven't got any rare fish yet. Every once in a while, one slips through without getting set on fire. I'm not sure the specifics on how that works, but as you can see, they're going. So what you're going to want to do is make a ladder up. And we're going to just create a nice little AFK spot. So where you're going to stand if you want to AFK, we're going to do so by grabbing ladders and bringing the ladders up. And yeah, so I'm just going to bring you right up, and I'm going to tell you where, as per my testing, the best spot is. We're going to grab a map. 180, I'm making maps galore. Nice. 180, we're at 81. So that said, for my builds, I've found through thorough testing that 1, 2, 3, 4, because you have to think the roof is at level 63, give or take. So you want to be at least 38 blocks away from there so they can spawn there. Also, guys, when you're putting the floor here, if you've run across some caves and stuff, you want to probably light them up. But that said, if you're standing on the floor, there's a chance that a lot of your mobs can be kind of spawned inside the caves. That said, because you've done the hero job and dug this area out, if you're up here, it's actually really hard for any mobs to spawn near you because they can't spawn over 120 blocks away from you. So that said, we're looking at this guy right here is at 63. We're going down like 40. So when you look at it, I like the level 100. 100 is the level that I found be the most productive when it comes to spawning. And I guess it's not necessarily their spawning, it's the fact that other mobs aren't spawning. There you go. So you're going to want to make yourself a little AFK spot right here. If you make it out of regular blocks, you're going to want to light it up because you're going to be hanging out up there and mobs will most likely spawn up there. But at the end of it, you could just put actually half slabs if you really wanted to and do this. And there you go. So a few pointers after I'm done this and this and this. Might as well. This hasn't been that long of a video, actually. I was a little worried, so. And I don't know how good you are, but I'm really good with ladders, so I can actually just go up, and on the way down, it's actually not that hard. I just jump out and do this. You could be pretty good. And there you go. So that said, I'm going to emphasize, guys, don't worry about them getting stuck. They're all dying. That's the whole point, right? They're just coming down and dying. I would be weary. I would say also, this is mostly, guys, for AFK use. Using this is not the most successful because if there's too many of them in there, it can block it in. So really, what you're trying to do is collect. And as you can see, the drops are dropping down here. And we'll increase our productivity for sure once we cover the entire roof. But as you can see, we might have been able to even get away with a little bit of a smaller box, but this one looks good to me. So that said, I'm going to go ahead and finish this roof and do what I need to do. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you liked it. A lot of people asked for one of these, and I hope that I took it in depth enough to show you all the different things that will increase and decrease your spawn rate. And yeah, so let's get this done. I'm going to see if I can get some puffer fish. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.